So welcome back everybody, my name is Andrew and you're watching the Kelley's Country Life. And if this is your first time visiting the channel, thanks so much for stopping by. We produce all kinds of content on this channel and post weekly videos. So to all my normal viewers, I'm taking a break for a couple of days from working on the outdoor kitchen that we're building over there behind me because we started mowing yesterday. Still I have this whole place to mow. We've been getting so many afternoon thunderstorms that I have to do a lot of mowing. Also just went to the fertilizer store, picked up fertilizer. We're going to fertilize our dove food plot in this episode. But first, our baby chicks. Y'all been asking about them. Let's take a peek at them. All right, so here is our baby chicks. As you can see, we got a couple on that little perch that I built them right there. And man, are these little guys and girls growing up so fast. But y'all been asking about them. Here they are. We can definitely tell as quick as they're growing that they're getting a little fidgety and ready to get out of here. I just layered this entire thing in fresh pine shavings. They're digging it all up. They keep digging little nests and throwing the stuff everywhere. They can almost fly completely out of here. They're getting restless, but they're only 3 weeks old, believe it or not. And I want to give them a few more weeks before they go in the outside coop. As you can see, they're fully feathering out. They're getting wings. And our little guy, or girl, we don't know, we haven't checked him yet, right here that everybody keeps asking about. The one we was really worried about that wasn't going to make it, the little runt. Well, that little guy, as I call him, he's doing excellent. Look at him, fully feathered out, getting around just fine, standing up to the other chickens, drinking and eating good. So they're doing really, really well. So I received quite a few questions from people here lately, direct messages, questions on the video, etc., of people showing a lot of interest in how I plant my dove food plots. And one of the common questions I was getting was, what type of fertilizer do you apply and when do you apply it? So I go to my local, it's a farm store. It's privately owned store. They blend up mixed fertilizers. It's going to be your best price. And I use what's called triple 10 fertilizer. See, 10, 10, 10. So we just call it triple 10 around here. This is kind of known as your just, jack of all trade type fertilizer, not specific in anything. It's got enough nitrogen and everything else in it that the brown top millet seems to love it. But the main reason I get it is because typically this is your, maybe not cheapest, but second cheapest fertilizer. Trying to keep costs down out here, but this does make a big difference. So it's been probably about 3 weeks since I planted my dove plot. You're gonna see that a lot of the millet is up about several inches, 6. I usually try to shoot for somewhere around 8 to 10 inches. Not trying to be specific here, but I give them a little bit of time to grow up. You're gonna see that a lot of that fresh millet is yellow and it's begging for some nitrogen. By the way, anytime you find chunks like this in your fertilizer, get it out or see if you can bust it up by hand because it will plug up the open chutes down on the bottom of this hopper. But like I said, roughly 6 to 8 inches. It'll let you know when it needs the fertilizer. Mine's already looking a little yellow because I plant this field every single year. And then I'll go out and hit it one time with this. I usually try to shoot for 200 to 300 pounds an acre for my fertilizer. And because it's, a lot more expensive this year, I've opted for 200 pounds an acre on the lower end. You see a bunch of cattle egrets out in the field. Let's see if they start flying to me. They probably think I'm mowing or doing something with the tractor. Normally they go crazy when I bring the tractor out. Here they come. What's up, guys? My buddies. All right, so this section right here is the section that's got all my brown top millet. So all the lighter colored stuff that you're seeing, that is my brown top millet that we just planted. And you can see it is just unbelievably thick. Everything you're looking at is brown top millet. So I spread all this with a tractor spreader because my four-wheeler's down and out, and it come out probably twice as thick as I need it. But it should still make seed. It's probably gonna stunt the growth though, being that thick. That's another reason I really wanna hit it with some fertilizer. Now all the dark green plants that you're seeing everywhere, that is volunteer millet that come up from last year. It does that every single year. It's an annual plant, but it doesn't come up thick enough that I let it come up on its own. That's why I always put a few bags out. But look at here. This is how much further ahead it is than the young stuff that we're fertilizing today. It's already seeding out, looking well. This is what we're trying to get to here in several more weeks, and then we'll let these plants brown up to the point the seed naturally wants to fall off. I'll come out here and mow it down, start mowing strips, and the doves flock to it. They love it. Now we've been getting severe thunderstorms every single afternoon. Actually, in the last 2 weeks, we've only had one day we didn't get severe thunderstorms. Some of them bring good rain, most of them are bringing lightning and wind, but regardless, we've been getting consistent rain. That's the key. Do not put out a high nitrogen fertilizer anytime you're in a drought or you're not expecting rain. It looks like we may get some again this afternoon, potentially tomorrow, because it will burn your crop up. So wait for a really good chance that you know you're gonna get some rain. All right, let's go ahead and kick the PTO on. Start opening up the gates, let this fertilizer flow. And I can't brag enough on having this camera system in here. It's so nice being able to look down in that hopper and see my fertilizer level. So I know a lot of y'all watch the channel because you're new to tractors, new to country living, etc. So you may not know about how corrosive fertilizer is. If you just got your tractor and got you a new hopper like this and you got to spread some fertilizer, do yourself a favor and wash your entire tractor off. Wash this hopper out, all the metal components as soon as you can, and wash them, double wash them, triple wash them. Fertilizer is extremely corrosive, and any metal that gets on, even if it's painted, it'll eventually get underneath the paint. It pops it up, it corrodes it. Just do yourself a favor. As expensive as all this stuff is, make for sure that you get it cleaned off. Plus, your equipment would just last a heck of a lot longer. I've had this fertilizer hopper a long time, and it's all steel. And there ain't but just a little bit of rust in a few spots. So if y'all watched the channel any length of time, you know I have a pure hatred for armadillos. We are overrun with them here on this property, worse than I have ever seen in this state. I've already done trapped and, well, taken care of 25 of them in the last few weeks. Actually, I've kind of lost count, probably more than that. And I still have digging everywhere. Actually, I just lifted this tractor up. I have to put it on blocks now because they'll dig under the wheels so much. The tractor mower falls down so low, I can't even lift it up with the 3-point arms. They won't go that low. So I've been putting this on blocks, just lift it up, and now there's dents and holes all underneath again. But I fell in the hole last week when I was mowing with this and destroyed the bearings, bent up the wheel fork, all that. Check this out. So my wheel fork is bent over this way. We're gonna try to get that back. And when this fell in the hole, it actually fell in the hole. These wheels will jump around. and it must have fell in the hole somewhat like this, bent it to the point that it popped the bearing completely out, destroyed everything inside. Plowed across the field for just a few minutes before I realized what was going on, because it was literally dragging it sideways, and that's what did more bending. So I just had to make a trip all the way up into Georgia to get another wheel for this. This is the second time that's happened, by the way, too. These armadillos are digging my pasture up so bad. I showed y'all some aerial footage I took with my drone a while back out there, and it's just insane. I have holes everywhere, big holes. I hate armadillos. Somehow, with all the tools that I've acquired over the years and that I own, a shop press is something I do not have, and I really need for situations like this. I have to push this shaft out of what's left of the bearings and races here. Let's figure out what I want to use here. All right. All right, and we're off. Repair wasn't too terribly bad. They're having to spend money. We are actually about to be purchasing my most expensive electronic item maybe ever, especially for, well, we'll just say hunting. A thermal scope. A lot of our viewers have seen the frustration and craziness that we've been dealing with all these hole digging animals. And we're highly concerned with what it's going to do to our pasture animals in the future, broken legs and things like that. And a lot of y'all have been donating on our live streams to what they keep calling the thermal fund for a thermal imaging scope, and we're pretty much there. I'm about to make that purchase very, very soon. Just trying to figure the model out right now. And I guess we'll start coming out here at nighttime and taking care of some of these hole digging critters. All right, let's see if my little cowbirds, my cattle egrets, my buddies, come on over here and start catching grasshoppers. Well, that sure didn't take long, did it? There's my buddies. So this is the problem I keep having right here. All this that keeps getting dug up is what those tractor mower wheels keep falling in. And that's what I'm also worried about in the future. Our cows and horses and other stuff that we're gonna have out here in the pasture fall in those holes, they break their legs. And by the way, I have holes just like that everywhere out there. And people keep saying cover them up. Well, as soon as you go out there and cover them up, guess what? Overnight, 3, 4, 5 new ones pop up. So aggravating. that's a wrap. As y'all can see, we have our place mowed. Everything looks nice and great now. We just hurry up and pray for rain. We just had a bad thunderstorm blow up right here, dropping lightning bolts. Not a drop of rain. That's probably the way that it's gonna work now that I just put fertilizer out and I need the rain. So goes life, right? So the property looks nice and cleaned up, mowed, ready to go. The baby chicks are happy and healthy. Food plot's looking good other than that rain. So now I can get back to work on this outdoor kitchen. Try to get y'all some videos out for that. Y'all take care.